Let me see if I actually need the music. I can get it. Let's increase that a bit. I want it to be deafening though. So, how are you doing internet? I'm Peanuts. Good evening and welcome to the stream. Welcome back. This is Honkai Impact 3rd, and they're always doing events. And this one is a good one because it will give some cards for some of the characters that are coming. But in any case, I wanted to do something a bit of a favor for those who are new to Honkai, especially because of Honkai Star Rail. I'm hoping at least that it's gathering some interest towards Honkai Impact. So yeah, that is my hope over here. Because this is my favorite game, and it's very much underutilized. So I'm going to do a little bit of a tour of what this is and everything else. And also, thank you for the follow, JDave1456 from a few days ago. If you are who I think you are, you found me pretty quickly after I told you about my channel. So thank you very much for that. The rest of you aren't going to know, but this guy rerolled about a dozen times in Honkai Star Rail and still managed to clear all of the story in the game, and he ended up with Sile and Bailu on his account, which is pretty good. So I am going to do a quick tour, hopefully a quick tour of why this game stands out. So let's begin it in the center space. This is the hub screen from which you do everything in the game. Of course, it's a little crowded right now. When you start the game, it will not look like this. These things pop in a bit at a time, so it's a little less confusing, but a lot of people still say that it is very overwhelming, especially compared to the more streamlined UIs over at, say, HSR. So I'll just go through the different screens as well, mostly in the order in which I would want to do them. So in the dorm, at least this space, you have some stuff that can build. This is overflow stamina, as opposed to in Genshin and HSR. Once it reaches that cap, you can't get any more. But here, there is some overflow there. And you want to get stuff from errands. This is basically just free stuff for your time. So, and you can set these up pretty easily, just as long as you have the onigiri for it. And I like to go until 8 rank stuff, or until you get down to about 200, because another S plus ranked might appear. Oh, I say S plus, but I've only got S there. So I'm going to leave it like that. 800 is the cap there. Then I want to go to the shop. And this is all stuff that you can get with the stuff that you just saw. Some of the currencies that I got, there's like a dozen currency for this game, which is pretty crazy. And this stuff is probably going to refresh very soon. So I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to go to logistics. The coins you can get pretty easily. And I'll show you why I did that very shortly. But I generally leave the other stuff alone. Sometimes I might get the Mind Stone. That's for the support characters. For an exchange, you can get these resonance stuff and exchange it for some of the stuff that's here. Right now, there's nothing that I want. And most of the stuff, anyway, they appear on the gacha for specific characters. Over here, this is all the currency that I got exchanging extra fragments for characters. As you can see, these are other fragments. Of these, who would you want to get, really? I don't think any of them are actually meta per se, but you might want to get some of them for how they look. And you can always unlock them. I'll explain why these are maxed later on. But you might also recognize some faces if you've seen them in the HSR, but they first appeared really in Gun Girl Z, not here, but they're also here. And here's another currency, but it's the currency that you would get by gachaing, which is why it's at that, and I haven't bought anything in a long time using this. And again, you have a certain amount that are maxed because they're triple S rank. Go over to the activity spot. This is using a currency from Elysian Realm, which is a roguelike tower type setup. And here you've got some pretty good units that you can rank up. Namely, you would want to do Hersher of Thunder, maybe Diankura, Hersher of Reason. You'd want to get that, this, and this as much as you possibly can. Over at the War Treasury. So, here's something to pay attention to, JD. So, I told you that you can get Li Susheng, that is for free. And this is the one of the ways in which you can do so. So you can get fragments, and even more fragments. Although I need more of those to get more of her as well. Alicia, you've got Fallen Rosemary, Rita here, Hersher of Reason, Hersher of Void. Although you get one of her for free when you join the game now, which is pretty good. She's pretty okay. She's good too. Most of the Bronyas here are actually pretty slow and they get passed over, but Hersher Reason is pretty good. Execution are good. Vermilion Knight, and you know. She's pretty good too. Dimension Breaker you can pass over completely. Still trying to get her to max, although I am pretty close. I just need 6, right? So may as well finish that off. Like, Moonbeam was the first, I believe, triple S rank or S rank suit in the entire game, which means that she's fallen off quite a lot. I've never used Lightning Empress because I have Hersher of Thunder. Phoenix might remind you of Kazuha for reasons. And you've got a bunch of materials there. Haven't done COPPA in a while. Let's grab one of these. It's basically free. Stuff you can get for this currency. I'm trying to get enough to get that again, since it's not as easy to get that. And then you go over here and you have all of these other materials as well. Most of them sell for this currency called Asterite, which is over here. You have this for a whole bunch of those, so I don't have a whole lot of them. And other materials, this, and one other are used to make weapons even more powerful. This is for the equipment living form that support you, and a whole bunch of others there. Oh wait. And you've got fragments in another place. So all of these, this is one of the things that I was talking about before. These are all support units, and they're awesome. This being the most recent one, SUSANNAH. So as soon as you get 60 fragments, you unlock her. And she is a physical unit. She can be physical support or DPS. She causes bleed damage. She is fire support, which is definitely necessary. I should say that the meta is to carry... so, first of all, you have different elemental damages. You have physical, you have fire, lightning, and ice. That is it, just 4. And you try to build, for the most part, mono elemental teams or mono damage teams. So you want 1 main DPS and 2 supports for them. So you would have her, Chrono Navi, as fire support. Starry Impression or Griseo, she is physical and she causes bleed as well as other debuffs. So she's very good as well. Physical support. Pardo over here is an ice support, but if you give her Axor Bunny's Stigmata, those are basically artifacts, instead she can support any other elemental teams as well. So she's very good to have. Probably if you were to focus on one, you could start with her. Carol over here, who shares a lot of design features with March 7, is physical support as well. She's good for breaking shields, but I never really got used to using her because I have other stuff on my physical team. Official, yeah, she's here. She is lightning support. Still one of the best that you could have. Her attacks in this game are all lightning. None of them are physical. And she's much more effective here as well. So you can definitely use her. Axor Bunny, Silver Wolf, just a bit younger. She is ice support, but she fell off the meta because up here you have Pardo and you have Li Sushin. But you could still probably use her. Fun Ming, or A Bubble Universe Teresa, physical support. And I should mention that she and Axor Bunny have a feature where you can call on them to support even if they are not on the field. So the character you're controlling stays on the field, they jump in and support for a couple of seconds, which is pretty neat. Physical there. Darkblood Jonin is lightning. She isn't support, but she's SP because she comes from a different bubble universe. This is one of the equipment living forms, and she's here, so you can get her basically for no money as well. All of these others, I don't think they're support in meta either. I should mention that Yay Sakura. She comes also in different flavors. This one is, I think she's physical damage. I have to take a look again. So I am very close to getting her to triple S. Flame Sakitama, of course, as it would indicate, is fire. Arctic Kriegsmesser is Ice Himiko. And also looks kind of a bit younger. She is... Kindred is physical, and she's a vampire. And this is the elf who you unlock for free when you unlock the elf system. And I have maxed her. And Alicia, or Beth, that's not Alicia. Sorry. This is Eden. And she is lightning support as well. So you could use her beside Fischl. And she uses guns. She's very pretty. I think that's it there. The augments. This is something that you can do in the background. It's not really worth farming them up, spending most of your time doing that, because they're not in the meta. But they take some of the existing suits and they make them more powerful. You can get some basic stuff over here, just basic materials for leveling up equipment and characters. And then you have the event shop. Pretty straightforward, I think. But a lot of the stuff that you can farm for here in Astrite Shop Fragment, as well as in the activities, the War Treasury. This is where you can unlock Jade Knight, Early Sushang, as well as unlocking Alicia's physical suit if you want it. So, and the fact that you can unlock these without doing the gacha at all is pretty good. This isn't the default bridge space, by the way. If you go under here, this is everything under your profile. So if you can set up different custom stuff, change your bridge over here. This one is the default one. This one was free at the time for the event. This one is the one I'm using. Actually, I think they were both free at one time or another, but these ones are just in the mall, rather, and they all come with their own music, which is pretty cool. This is where you would enter any of the codes you wanted to, or codes that you get, and you can set certain stuff for others to see by doing personalize. One of the things that I definitely believe MiHoYo should add to the other games is the ability to replay things. So here there are different cutscenes and animations, so if you don't want to watch them in YouTube, you can watch them here. However, you should know that unless you're playing on the Chinese server, they will have Japanese audio. Even if you're playing the main game in Chinese, which is the only other dub you have, you are going to see these in Japanese. So yeah, those are things that you can replay at any time once you have unlocked them. And that includes trailers. These are all letters from characters' birthdays. So all kinds of different stuff that you can get and access from there. Over here you have your daily stuff. And you should keep in mind that anything that gives back experience points, it costs STEM to do. So over here you can see a whole bunch of stuff that it checks off just automatically. And it is Monday, so everything that's a weekly, just like in Genshin and HSR, it all resets. And this is free crystals, so I'm just going to do this. So that copied it so that, for example, I can type it into the chat like that. But it reads that as completed, even if you just copy it. And then, free crystals for your gacha. And you'll need to build up different stuff along these. So first you clear them, all these, and you can see by the medals that I've cleared all those. And then you can use the light so that it does it automatically. It takes the stamina cost out of all of that. And the other thing that you should know is that you can do expeditions, which do cost more stamina, but they reward things like character fragment. So if I wanted more Swallowtail Phantasm Sele, that's where I would get her from. Or Bronya, or May, or more of those, or Fuha, or May. Some materials there. These would be for her augment. Some Rita, some Himiko, more materials. But after a while, it just sort of slowed down. Natasha. Fun for the elf. And all of these are augment cores, though. So that is for that one. Okay, so open world, I should explain that this is not true open world. You can think of it as a beta version, a testing version for Genshin and for HSR, and it's going to be seem very familiar. Usually I would go AFO here, but I am going to pick AFO Chapter 2 for a different reason. So Sakura Samsara occurred. It doesn't really have a place on the timeline of the story, so you can do that at any time. Jigsaw HQ occurs around Chapter 6 of the story, so you should only do that once you've reached that point. AFO, both chapters take place 8 years after the end of Part 1 story. So it's separate enough that you should be able to do it basically at any time, although there are some spoilers. So I'm going to open up this one. Alright, I think I have to go... And there is a story to that. Let me... Wait. I think I have to go here. Huh. And it'll give you some adventure tasks to do on the maps. So I'll show you why I came into this one. So these are your team members you can talk to. In here, there's Carol, Val Delendi, Kimito Cute, yes, that is her name, and Bronya. I'm going to see which tasks I can pick up here, although I probably shouldn't do this yet considering I'm going to need the stamina for what I'm doing. But I just want to show you kinds of things and the rewards that you can pick up. So you've got a material, you've got experience, and you've got fragments for character. And I did want to show and go out. Or maybe it was the wrong place. So got a bit of a different roster here. I'm just going to take them out because I didn't actually progress that far with them. But I'll show you why it isn't true open world, even though this is the most free one as far as movement goes. And I'll show you some stuff that you can't do with these characters in the main game. Mostly because the versions of them just aren't there. This is the alpha version of Bronya. She's a bit stronger. We don't have Adam at all in the main roster because the Chinese player base is not fond of the guys. But we can play him here. And then there's Timido. Her weapon is skates. So what's cool about her weapon is that it deploys vapor and freezes it directly ahead of the skates, giving her the ability to do stuff like that. Oh wait, why is the jump in here? So you can jump in these. Oh, was I detected by the stealth guy? I don't know why it aims up at first. There we go. It should have skipped me towards him. Notice how they skip in. Yep. There are more of them. The main version of her has that move, but there's one move, at least, that you don't have. And we have Lyle supporting. Yep. Come on, fire. I want her ultimate. There we go. Oh, that is her ultimate there. I didn't change it to ultimate blade. Go on that. But basically, this is a map, and you can't really go out of it. Which is why it isn't true open world. Pardon me, I did the button. I'm having a lot of lag. Come on. I just have a lot of fun skating around with with Timido. She's very fast. But anyway, you kind of get the idea here with this open world map. So I'm going to go out, which requires going back to base first. And then I can go over here. So you saw before that this is where the missions are and everything else that you can claim towards your daily progress down here, which will also give you these rewards. And then you go over here for more rewards, and then the shops here. So this is Battle Pass rewards, and you can build up these things in order to get them. So you can straight out get 2 characters here. Herrscher of Sentience, excellent physical support as well as DPS. Jade Knight I did before. And you have some weapons here as well. This one is for Senti, this one is for Official. This one is, I think, for Shadow Knight. And this one is for Belliona. And then the Stigmata, which are like the artifacts, but they're basically power tattoos that they're equipped. And they are best in slot for certain characters as well. For example, you can click here and find out that this set is best for Official. And of course, there's a free version of the Battle Pass, and then paid versions for them. And you could get rank up stamps for them. You could get, this is the other material that you would need to power up weapons more. And then you've got more materials that you can get with this currency as well. Okay, so these are the Battle Pass levels. And it doesn't cost that much more to do the Paladin level rather than the Knight. And you can see the rewards here, although they don't really mean much to you right now. But they're different currencies, fragments, all this other stuff to help you work towards other things. The only thing is that to buy them, you have to buy using money, a currency called B-chips. So these can't be done for free. They're definitely paid and do money. Whereas if you could do it with crystals, then you could earn enough for it to get it for free. But of course, it's not going to do that. So you do have to pay for that. Bonuses are the stuff you saw when I logged in, your mailbox for daily stuff and other stuff that you get sent. These are the announcements that popped up also when I logged in. And sometimes it can take a while to load. So yeah, announcement board. Over here, that's limited time top-up stuff. And this is the B-chip currency. But these cards are used on the different supplies or gacha. There's also stuff that pops up regularly that you can get for free. So for example, I can get that, and you get that currency through co-op. You also weekly get this for absolutely free. Now, whether or not you're going to want to get any of these cards depends on where you're going to pull or what you need. You can get extra stamina, or stuff like that if you have the currency. If you don't, well, then that just removes the option from the table, as well as outfits. And as you can see, there are a lot even of these basic ones. And it also says which battlesuit they're for, as well as these ones. And some of them they take cards, some of them they take crystals. I usually save my crystals for the gacha. This one was cards, and this one was free with a code. But most of these are battle suits I don't use anyway, and I'll get to that later. Top up, of course, it's the same thing you know as, whether or not you use it. So yeah. Let's see. And do... So these are your support elves. And they'll show you ones that you haven't unlocked first. So this is the free one. They have their own skills and that you can level up, as well as leveling them up. And they support you in combat. As you can see, heal and support fire. This one that you can also get free, physical damage and shield breaking. This one I got free from an event, lightning support. This is from a very recent event. I don't remember if it's still going on, maybe not. So if you're fast, no, I don't think you could be fast enough to still claim it, but ice support and gathering. I really wanted something with shield breaking, so I did go in to get Searing. Durandal I got free from an event. Physical damage, physical support. And the new Kiana one, because she's both fire and lightning, I also went in to get her. And there are a bunch that I don't have. Loon's elegy, ice damage, and support. Probably good to have if you can't get others. Book of Fuji. There's the 0 physical support. Probably bigger damages than the other physical supports that you have. Maybe not. But I've turned up. Flying is lightning support and generic. And then finally, Elf Alley. Yeah, I do still want her. Very important thing to explain. This is back to the shops that I had before in the supply. So this is the gacha, right? And as you can see, there are various forms of gacha. And here we have the version of Bronya from AFO. And this is on something called the ADV supply. So this is designed to give you more fragments so that you can rank them up if you go on in on it. So every 10, it would give you 1 rank up stamp, right? With a maximum of 100. And I guess hopefully that would get you up to triple S, but I can't say for sure. Dorm supply is your standard. Only use these cards on it, never your crystals. It's not worth it because there are so many things on it. So many units that, as you can see listed here, you're never really guaranteed on what you're going to get. I wanted Stygian Nymph for the longest time, but I wasn't getting her. I in fact did not get her from this supply. I got them from a rotating one called Foca, or Expa, which is a very fast 3 or 4 day one, where you get to choose from a choice of 3 or 4 which one you want to rate up, and then you go and pull on that like normal. Outfit supplies are very occasional, and they'll feature an outfit for one of the battle suits. All the outfits look pretty good, but they can get pretty costly. It's about 9,000 or so crystals by the time you're done. I'm trying to save that. Like I said before, the ADV supply is a special one, as are the Expa and Foca. This is the featured character. Right now it is Susheng. However, as I said before, she's in the shop, so you can get her just by farming. But at the same time, if you go over to the focus supply, you'll find all her gear, her weapon, her stigma, which is again like their artifacts. And as you see, up equipment guaranteed in 50 drops. So every 50 that you pull here, you'll get one of these. It's not guaranteed that you will not get any duplicates, but if you get enough duplicates, 2 duplicates of something, you can put it in the wishing well to get the missing piece, which is pretty useful. And of course, there's other equipment on here too. This one is for Spina Astera Retail. That's all the ones that are on here for now. There are other supplies that come on from time to time, including one for Elf. But the ones that you're going to want to focus on almost exclusively are expansion supply for these characters and focus supply for the gear. You can go with a character without having their best in slot gear from here on them, but you should at least try to get their weapon. For some reason, even though she's support, it's 97 drops instead of 25, but I guess that's because she's on a normal expansion and not on an SP supply, which is also kind of special. That's that one. I should actually, because I mentioned it when I did about the characters, I think we can see it under the announcements, but it could be under events too. I think it's under events, actually. This is an index of all the events that are playing currently. I'm not fond of Chip Space since it ends up coming up so much. Icy Water's Edge is the one that would give you her for free. The version preview is what I wanted to show. So you'll find something here that shows something about the new version and the new suits coming out. So this is for Mistletoe Cherryak's Dreamweaver suit. She was a newly introduced character. She'll be mech type physical damage dealer, DPS. And she has 2 modes, which is pretty cool. Her recommended weapon is a new weapon type. I think it's called Javelin. A Javelin, which wasn't in here before. And the pre-form is just a more powerful, higher level form with better abilities as well. And then she's got her recommended stigmatas, which are all of her good friend Alexandra Zaychik, who is Bronya's mother. Then you've got Prometheus, who will be an SP unit, like I said. So hitting 25. Image type physical support, shield breaking, provides shield to the team, so she also shields. Her weapon is going to be gauntlets, I believe. Yeah. Pandora's Box 18th. And her Stigma will be Dr. May. Kind of cute. And what they do is they also have a bunch of weapon and stigma that you can forge, just like in Genshin. So if you can't get their best, you can at least try for some other stuff that would fit as well. And yeah, kind of reminds me of Staff of Home. And for an event, there's also Stigma you get for that is top for SUSANNAH, which is pretty cute. And some new events. This one is for Chrono Navi. Looks pretty cute. And Nocturne Ablaze, which is for Hersher of Thunder. Oh, she's got quite a few. And then event stuff, which all looks pretty good. I'm definitely happy to see both Beliana and Siren in something, but we'll see what that is when we get to it. We're almost to an hour and I haven't even begun to play. I should go into my Armada. That's basically your guild. So there are some stuff that you can pick up from your Armada anytime you're there. Basically, you can set kind of bounties for stuff that you might want. And take on commissions by putting in materials. Hopefully extra stuff. Don't do it if you don't have it. You can request new, but I usually just do it until whatever is there is exhausted. Pick the stuff that I want, that I don't have. And hope that you get it. There's also usually something called Boss Rush, but for some reason it doesn't work for the Armada that I'm in. And I also should mention that if you're thinking of playing this, you should use the official launcher, not Steam or Epic, because you won't get the other players that are over here. You'll get the players that are over on those launchers. And as well, you'll only be able to play on the client, whatever device that you've installed it on. And not on... this is cross-platform, so it also goes to your mobile phone. The next thing I should show is this is your entire roster. And there are a lot of them. These trials are just cards that are sitting in my inventory. I've got nothing to do with them. So first I'll try to go through the characters who should feel a little bit familiar, at least. So, Himeko. And almost all of them have some outfits, even though some of them are just free colors. Teresa won't be all that familiar to you, I think. But this is a version of him called Kongmin. Official, of course. And if you actually want to see them in full, you click that. Okay, it's just official. And then this allows you to scroll up or down. That's Kiana, the main character. This, again, was her first S-rank suit. And even though I don't use her much, I kind of like some of the outfits that I gave her. This is the one that she always appears in for summer themed events. And Ambassador's Secret is, I still do kind of want to get it because of the hip thing. Even though her new suit has them too. Her Ship the Void, who you'll get for free just by signing in 2 days in a row. And she is good physical artillery, really. This is just her one of her outfits, but she might look a bit more familiar in this one. Very close to, but not quite, the Unknown God. May? Like I said, I don't use this one very much. This one is Sakura. Yay, Sakura, that is. Bronya. Or at least one of Bronya. If you're somewhat reminded of Svrog and Clara, I can't blame you. That's Project Bunny hanging over her shoulder. And it's always there with her. So, I do have to say that the incomplete forms of it do creep me out. Oh, one of the better costumes because it's themed. And there are a lot of Bronya. As you can see, the Project Bunny also changes with her. This is a costume for Black Nucleus. She might look a little bit more familiar if I change her to this. Hexer Bunny, basically a younger version of Silverwolf. And yes, a hacker. And her older version, there are a lot of outfits that are basically, one version is without glasses, one of them is with glasses, which is kind of funny. But you get both of them. So this is an 8 years later adult version of Bronya. As you can see, there's a bit of an effect there that's like the one that I had on Sakura. It's like a waveform. Pretty cool. As she said, this is Himiko. She uses a great sword. And she has a mole in exactly the same place. Yeah, MiHoYo's designs on these are a bit more out there. Wedding dress. They really had to do it with this one too. Oh, but my favorite outfits for Himiko are on this one. But she's got this one, which is basically a pirate, I think. And this one, almost a ninja. Or is this one the pirate? I forget. And as you can see, there is a trial button, so a bunch of these you can try before you even get them, which is always nice. Got Teresa's, you got Fuha. This is her standard version, which I also don't really use. This is the version that I think they use as a basis for Kazuha's design. You have the colors and the hair especially. It's very, very much like Kazuha. Rita, she uses a scythe. And if I go to this one, you might be reminded a bit of Fischl. And I wouldn't blame you. As she said, this is Seele. Her usual outfit is this. Yeah, she also has a swimsuit and this one. Elaine is just such a sweetie, but then you get Beliona. She does have a costume actually, which, now that we've seen her, looks a lot more like Seele from HSR, doesn't it? Because of the longer hair that comes with Veliona herself. We call her Veliona. No one else in the game actually calls her that. And the place that it comes from are some of this version's skills. So we refer to the blue-haired one as Solid, and the red version as Veliona, because of this. And what's interesting is that with the Swallowtail Phantasm version, she only goes red during her bursts. This one, it's used kind of like a stance change from personalities. This version is Veliona all the time. And she floats, so yeah. If you saw it before in the Battle Pass rewards, this is her site. We've got Bright Knight Excelsis, Durandal. So she's physical, and she's apparently about to be pushed out of the meta by the new characters, unfortunately. But she looks awesome, and she's pretty good too. By the way, this outfit was free from an event. So they also do that. They also give away occasional S rank, also free. We've got Ellie. This is her normal outfit, which I think she designed herself if I'm remembering right, unless it was Eden. And her swimsuit. I didn't get this one for story reasons. There's Carol. Oh, I also got that one. But basically a lot of design commonalities with March 7th. except for the giant gloves. Let's change to this, since I do have it. Oh, it's got a little hood. Be awesome if there was a version with the hood up. Sylvie is fire, and she can be good with a fire team. The only thing is that her combat style relies on turrets which can't move. So, yeah, a very different style. It can be interesting to play with it. And if you're wondering about theming for her, she is an inventor. So the hat fits even if she looks a bit like a pirate. This is Kiana's default. So this is one that you get when you start the game. Although her outfit should really look like this. And I would really like to get the jacket. It's cool. And let's skip over this one. Oh, okay. So here, as you can see, I have enough to rank her up. So she's double S and 2-star. After she gets that double S and 3-star, the next time she'll rank up to triple S, and triple S is the maximum. I didn't pass anyone else with that, right? No. This one is one of the ones with the augment cores, and one of the reasons why it takes so long to get anywhere with it is that you need to do level 4 with the core in order to get the outfit from it. And in order to do that, you need to have them at a certain level, and you need the materials too. So that can definitely take a long time. I have her using this outfit because it's so pretty, or she's so pretty with it on it, as opposed to this one, which does look like the augment core outfit. And it was one of the first costumes ever released. But she is beautiful. More Sakura. Yeah, this. So I think each of the game is going to end up with a fish for a weapon. The tuna thing because Kiana's name in Chinese sounds like tuna. This one, Flame Sakitama got as part of an event for free. This is the default Bronya. Just like this version of Mei, you get that, and White Comet Kiana, you get them as B rank, and I leveled them up to double S. Plus a bit maybe. I think this is the version of Himiko that most looks like the one from HSR. I mean, she looks a little bit younger. And shorter hair. The boing though. It might just be the hairstyle, though, that I think is more similar. Alright. So now she's maxed at triple A. Yes, of course. Achievements, too. But I don't have her at max core just yet. I need more fragments. May as well unlock that. Heals when enemies are nearby. You can unlock more as you level up as well. That's full. Another thing to notice when you go to the skills is that you have this radio toggle, so you can turn things on and off. It'd be handy with the QTE because some of the animations take a long time. So if you're worried about DPS being slowed down by an animation, you can turn that off. The other thing is that with these augment cores, if you turn them off, then they go back to the skills that they had before. And as far as she is concerned, now she turned back. And these two, they're twins, and if you have them on a team together, they have some joint attacks. However, if I turn the core back on, they no longer function like that. There we go. And she's back. Before. Oh, but that's one of her outfits. We've got more Rita in a maid outfit. So this is Swallowtail Phantasm Sailor, the one that you would get for free. And probably the one that least resembles the Sealy, which you guys probably know best. Raven, Natasha, Sierra. It's Natasha. Although it'd probably be easiest to recognize her in this. This is more her default outfit.
どうだ？コーディネートがうまいだろう。この炎は人が人である証。永遠に燃え続ける。
Diana we haven't met in this yet, but I wanted to show you both her default outfit as well as this one. Mostly because it's something that you'll see later. This is the current version of May. And whereas I would say that Kazuha was inspired, at least design-wise, by Fuha's Phoenix outfit, I think Azure Imperia leads to Dan Hung. Although this is what she looks like now. And she's also Li Susheng's master in this. I mentioned Perisher of Sentience before, or Senti. She is physical support and DPS as well. You can get her, she is fantastic for your team. She also has a stance switch. He is fire and looks awesome. And she's also the one who has that outfit in the gacha. Although, in all honesty, she has a monocle here. And that's the only difference between those. But she looks pretty awesome in her default outfit too. Okay, it's good these two are together. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go to her default outfit. So, Palatinus Equinox Durandal, or Bianca, is one of the two battle suits that are currently on starter banner, which is around about 30 days when you start. But afterwards it will go away and it won't come back. So she's one of them, and she is a physical main DPS. However, I should caution you that I'm not sure how she compares to Mistletoe, who is coming out in just a day or two. So you may want to hold up on the starter banner and maybe focus on the featured battle suits instead. That is unless you've already fallen in love with Ellie. This is, of course, her more powerful form, and she is one of the best ice DPS currently in the game. And I did want to get this outfit, but I also wanted to save my my crystals for gacha. Her spring outfit. And because she's always saying things about cute girls, I think that's something that she got along with her ice bow skills that March 7th got. Mobius here is a lightning DPS. This isn't what she usually looks like, even though she looks like she could belong to Sangonomiya. Instead, this is what she usually looks like. A lot more sinister. And she's also the first one that I spent on. She was pretty crazy. Bardo again, ice support. So this is a good opportunity to talk about Stigma. They're basically relics or artifacts. They have 2-piece and 3-piece bonuses, but no matter how many copies you draw of them, they'll always have the same stats on them. The only thing that is random are their affixes, which you can access over here, but you can re-roll them. So that's a very good system. I think they should take into both Genshin and HSR. They did a bit with the ability to define some of the stats in HSR, but in Genshin everything is completely random. I definitely don't like. So if you wanted to use her for Other elemental support. I have to find hacks or bunnies. By the way, this is Kafka in this game. This one. Here. Turg. Turgenev belongs to Haxor Bunny usually. So if you take this and give it to her, then she is a better all elemental support, apart from physical. But usually she uses Bastet on ice teams. Paponia is lightning DPS. However, I usually like to use her to support Pressure of Thunder. Despite how good she looks in this costume, in this swimsuit, there's part of the ultimate that I can't take seriously, which is why I always switch her back. Perseo, as I said, physical support, fire support is I Hyperion Lambda. Susanna is the newest character that was added. She is physical. It's hard to say really whether it's DPS or support. Currently, she's mostly used as a DPS. Physical melee attacker. Uses chakram as 2 scimitars and plays tambourine dance techniques. Yeah, she comes with a rhythm game. Ultimate uses dancing state and deals massive damage. One of her skills allows you to switch so that you don't have to choose different buttons to get her full attacks, or you can go for the greater challenge, and I switched to both. Pressure of Thunder May. Most definite. She is a lightning DPS. This is her default look. And she has a couple of outfits, all of which look great on her. And she's getting another one. Ursula Reason Bronya. She's also in the shop again. Oh, that was free. Oh yes, the Evangelion collab. Unfortunately, that was a limited time thing, and because of the limited license, it will not be coming. So those of us who missed it can never get these outfits for Bronya. So I do have to say that this more completed version of Project Bunny looks a lot less freaky. But it's still got that weird smile on it. Measure of Truth, Bronya. It's the current one. And if you ever watched Mobile Suit Gundam 00, kind of looks like the GN Partisan that she's using. She's pretty awesome. Lisa Sheng. This is her usual outfit. I had to get this. Another bunny on her head. This is one of the other augment core. I wanted to go back somewhere as well. And then finally Eden, who is very motherly. She's lightning support, as I said before. Almost time to switch back to all their swimsuits. I did want to mention one thing, but I have to find out again which one was it. I think it's her. So there is speculation that a Raiden Mei XP is coming to HSR, and that she will look a lot like this, including with this outfit. So that's something to look forward to. So of these, as I've said, you want to build certain teams in order to have your greatest effectiveness. So one would be lightning, one would be fire, one would be ice, with one main DPS and 2 supports. The exception to this is the main trio. This Branya, this Mei, and this Kiana, because they're designed to work together despite having different elements. And so it's basically a fire team because everything is in their kit is directed towards making Kiana stronger. So to an extent, this version of Mei isn't as strong as this one as a main DPS, so that's something important to note. So there are certain things that you can focus on when you're building your teams so that you don't use as much resources on someone that you're not going to use, or you don't pull someone who you're not going to use. You know, that kind of thing. And the other thing that often happens, somebody drops their returning envelopes. So if they weren't expired, you could get extra stuff from it. What's this then? Oh, right, the achievement. Yay! So yes, if you want to change things, you go to the phone, you go to the wheel for settings, and this is where you can change all this stuff. Audio, you can change from Japanese to Chinese, whatever else you need to make it run well. And if you need space for a little bit of healing from all the emotional damage this game tends to deliver, you can go to your dorm, which, similar to the teapot, you can arrange furniture and even put different characters in, as you will see very shortly, as long as it loads. So as you can see, right now most of them are sleeping. Oh, something for me? I haven't been back here in a long time. And you can get her to wave. And it looks like some people are visiting me. But they came in there and they haven't left since. You can also unlock a second one called Beach Resort.
ちゃんと自分の使命を果たしてみせるよ。ハッピーバースデー。また一緒に1年を過ごせたわね。
Yeah, they'll interact with each other too. I've been wanting to see them interact with Ellie, but that doesn't seem to happen.
もしゼーレもいたら。
I put the flame chasers in here. For some reason, Ronnie is always sleeping here. And sometimes Pressure of the Void also joins her, which is pretty funny. And there's Himiko. The other thing that's funny, we come over here, it's Honkai Impact. Meanwhile, Kiana behind her, or one of them. Oh yeah, that can be a bit soothing. Someone sent me that. Oh, I didn't do basically the inventory, which is this. So all your stuff will be here. And the reason why you can have so much stuff at once is because you are in command of a big flying ship. So you do have the room. So you'll find most of the basic stuff under materials. Let's max this, even though I don't use it. I've got this stuff still waiting. Weapons, and you can see what you have in use. You can salvage stuff for different materials or convert, and it'll show you what you can get from it if you change that. If you convert instead, you can get some resonant stuff. But be careful, because you can't get stuff back once you tell it to do that. The other thing that I should show you is the forge. So all of these, up here at least, are the pre-armed forms of things, so that's as powerful as it can get. And it will show you if you don't have enough stuff, or if you've already made it, or if you can't get it because you don't have the material for that weapon. And you can also forge some of this stuff like that, but it does cost. For example, for that one, you would still be using the ether, fuel, and everything like that. But if you can't get a gacha weapon, you can forge a weapon. If you can't get a gacha stigmata, you can probably get the material you would need in order to forge it. The Willa set, though, is for Hersha Reason Bronya. Handle is for Eden and Hersha of Thunder May. Alicia for Alicia, although it's good physical all around. And of course, you'll notice they're all characters. And here is Kafka. Except not the Kafka that you know from Starrail. So everything that you have, you can find somewhere under here. I wanted to check too how long until this. Okay, so it will last at least one more season. Stuff, I have 13 of those. Stuff from events. So this we got on the anniversary, and it has your entire records as well as animated shorts in it. Most of these give stamina, but they're kind of celebrational from the different characters. And if I go to fragments, there's fragments for, those materials. Even for the elves, of course, augment core stuff. But what you want to know is that once you've maxed one of these out, and even if you get the fragments, what you can do is you can convert your extras. Which is why I have so many of them in the other shop. Because I get them at random, and then they just sit there if you don't convert them or if people don't ask for them. And it doesn't let you convert them if they're not maxed, which in a way is pretty good. Alright, now that I've spent an hour and a half in there, you can go here. So this is where everything will happen in the game. So story is main game, and where you saw in Expedition 2, open world, co-op, materials that I did before where we had the light. Events, straightforward. So these are the events that are running. I haven't really done chip space this time because, well, we've had it so often. At a time. If you want to do the trials, this is where you find them. So, you click on whoever you want, you do the trial steps. All the way through. And you can arrange it by character as well. Not all of them are here, but it does go a significant way back. There is one that I was looking for before, and that's Asuka, but I can't seem to find her anymore. So maybe they cleaned that up, I don't know. But it's kind of strange that they have the icons for characters with only one battlesuit. Oh, and I should explain that the reason why there are many different battlesuits for some of the characters, like Bronya, Mei, and Kiana, is because it shows their progression in character growth. The last thing I should cover is the challenges. So Elysian Realm is your roguelike thing with buffs in between stages. So it's kind of like Simulated Universe, only more. These things are element-based challenges. So I could show some teams here. Memorial Arena, which is finalizing right now. You go up against certain bosses every week. It's 2 to start, then 3 later on. And this is Abyss. These ones, by the way, do not cost stamina. I'll do one ice team on this one, and then another ice team on the other. So it does cost that. So this one will be an Ellie team.
シーリーを連れてお出かけするの？努力すれば足りない部分を補うことができる。
And I'll bring that. I think that's pretty good. So this is Starship Human Ellie, supported by Cardo and by Sushin. As soon as it loads in, of course.
華麗な舞踏会にしましょう。え、私の番？いや、せ、ふっ、い、いや、は、かんちゃんね。ふっ、それ。ふっ、いけかんちゃん、叩き潰せ。
So you saw them, the things pulse. That meant that the QTEs were ready. Oops. That always fires off by accident. And because you can switch during that, it also increases DPS.
私の気持ちちゃんと受け取ってね。足元に気をつけて。やっ
I'll let Ellie speak for herself for the most part.
ちゃんとリズムに乗ってね。せっはっ。あー、高い。足元に気をつけて。無可の時代に向けて。
Boom.
逃がさないわよ。
She had something left over.
こっちこっち。目をそらさないで。
She would not.
私を見つめて。ね。
I don't think I really need those. For a bit of a different battle. Let's bring in Bronya.
自らのせ。
And let's see. Maybe replace Sushang with the other Bronya.
任務目標検証完了。出撃を要請します。
That way you get an idea too on how she works. Although I could go 3 Bronya just for fun. Otherwise, how are you going to know how she works? Although, with that, Pressure of Truth, Bronya's skill isn't going to work all the way, although she's not the leader this time. So it should work out.
ブローニャ戦場に到着しました。ハッカーズタイム。方向アサルト火力維持。コアポレーションモデルベストタイミングで武装再構築。手動操縦開始。コンプレイトリープリペアード。星が砕け散る様を見たことはありますか？
Get the idea yet?
エネルギー解放全エリア放火
For Texas Bunny's support, he bombards.
安全装置解除します予備エネルギー起動コンプレイトリープリペアード重装ウサギ火力援護起動ローデルフィニッシュスキル準備完了はあ
He fires drill missiles. Oh, didn't get to show off her ultimate.
この戦闘はブローニャの勝利です
Oh well. And go over to fire. Which I guess I'll also have to do twice. Yeah, I'll do it this way. It's one team. Although you could also use Bill B, I guess, instead of two pianos.
支援を開始するエイマー
I use the stage skill.
フルハンマーエイマーやけどに注意ってねいや審判の時は来た全身全霊支援誤差修正
I'm spare buddy.
エイマーシステムパワー最大転換はっ烈焰粉塵
Your ultimate. Huh, glad that didn't finish it up. Although this might, before I can get to her ultimate. Yep.
こんな簡単なクエストに私を呼びたくなかった
I'll do one of those. I don't even know if it'll work really on this thing. It mixes all of the elements.
行きましょうみんなとの思い出
There's also a radio switch to turn off one feature of them. You have to go to Kiana and switch off their joint techniques. But otherwise, you might get an unpleasant surprise, because if one of them gets knocked down, then you can't use the other's ultimate.
怖がらないで。私がいるから。
So let's find out whether or not they can
動的射撃します。
be effective.
武装再構築。手動操縦開始。コンプレイトリープリペアード。安全装置解除します。
There's one of the plates.
くらえ。完全ロックオン。アタック。キアナ出撃準備。や。一気に好きだらけね。逃がさない。醜悪を断ち切る。ありがとう。
I've tried to do the ultimate.
心配しないで。
Or
す
something
ぐに
on
終わる
the face
から。
of it.
キアナのターン。猫ちゃん。受けるがいい。私たちのターン。
See what I mean by joint? That is one dead. Four.
こんな簡単なクエストに私を呼びたくなかった？
And it took about the same amount of time as the other round. Do not ask him. You can do a round of thunder. Yeah, I'll do it like that. I think she's fire. Right? Yeah.
シーリーを連れてお出かけするの？
But I might need to heal anyway. Just take them in as it is. So this will give you some ideas of some teams that you could use. Although because of typing advantage and disadvantage, you might want to change them occasionally. So,
シーリーの凄さを見せてあげる。
for example,
勝利の外貨が響かぬことを。
mech beats biological, beats physical, beats mech.
今黄金のように輝きなさい。
And quantum and imaginary beat themselves.
罰を受けるがいい。一雷電のごとく早くチェン吠えなさい栗から雷鳴
A weapon that lets you swing a sword with Kurika is called Seven Thunders of Divine Retribution Rumble. And it is a special weapon.
シドニーバットンなぜ戻ろうとしない迷える旅人よ私が
This is her AoE,
万両を
but
断
that's
絶
her
せよ
charge
戒
attack.
めを受けなさい
This is her
あら
ultimate.
ゆる定めに敬服せよご覧未来上星が光り輝くこれがあなたへのレクイエムよ
Really?
高ぶる学長よ
That finished it off.
我が友よ体が弱すぎるのか
That monster is called Husk Nihilus, and it used to be the most annoying thing that you could be facing. I don't think I need any more lightning stuff for now. I should show you going up against Cullen. Because she's immune to elemental damage. I change out Dudu for SUSANNAH. Show you horseplay. I'll show you SUSANNAH probably during the story anyway. By the way, I'm playing with the controller.
この戦闘、私たちは勝たなければいけません。
今らしいビアンカ様の可愛い顔で買ってあげるっす。この絵の具ちゃんと受け取ってね。
はあ、弱すぎ。
That's one. 3.
高い。
この私の番にフリッシュナイク。鬱陶しいですね。
Oh, Calvin already down.
いや、弱すぎ。
絵の中の世界綺麗だから気に入ってほし
And
い。
you beat the child.
やはり私を頼る。はあ。大挙の剣。
This is yours.
この私の番、ここまでです。
And this is Dudu's.
これが伝承の力です。
Alright, her other form. There's one that's mounted, and the other that's guardian, and her evade has a shield, so basically you could use her to bust through the enemy. It's pretty cool. No, I'm out of these tickets. I can't do that anymore. I could do this, but I'm kind of taking a long time, but I'll show you basically part of what it is. So first of all, you have a leaderboard and a ranking. And I am at Red Lotus, or rather, I'm between these. So Agony 3 is too easy for me. Red Lotus is too hard. I can't get up that. So reaching Nirvana is not something that will happen. You start all the way down and need to get to Forbidden in order to start. And in each round of the Abyss, you can either get promoted, retain, or demoted. That's it. And it all depends on how many trophies you get, and how many trophies you get depends on your ranking in the leaderboard. So Forbidden, Sinful 1, 2, 3, Agni 1, 2, 3, Red Lotus, and the top is Nirvana. I never go beyond Red Lotus though. My units just aren't strong enough for that. And you'll find that each of these will have a different different setting for the stage, and it changes every round. So in this case, Image Valkyries deal 20% bonus damage for imaginary. One of the enemies imaginary, the other is psychic and has ice resist but fire vulnerability. So you could also go with what they suggest, which in this case is the trio. But I will do this later. You already saw me use the trio before. And then getting the full 6,000 points in this one will unlock this one and this one. Getting 6,000 here unlocks the last one, and then you have a full score. And the longer you wait, the higher the disturbance. So it's kind of like, maybe I shouldn't wait.
また私の教えを乞いたい。今日はどんな
And then for stuff like this, you also can have some boosts depending on which of the divine key copies you have collected. So because I have one lightning, one ice, and one fire, I'm not getting those. I'm not doing physicals, so that's better on that one. And we go. As I said, there is battlesuit types for countering and stuff like that. You're going to find certain ones stronger or weaker to others. As I said, the way I remember it is MVP, and then, of course, Quantum and Imaginary are
方向再指定完了。
You see pretty
エリア警
bunnies
戒
floating
動
over
的
there.
射撃します。や弱点確認。デフォルトモジュール起動。武装再構築。手動操縦開始。コンプレイトリープリペアード。反応検索。一掃します。エネルギー解放。全エリア放火。私の番。
Sometimes the joint can get annoying to do
火力ゼキアナ。出撃準備。
other things.
百発百中。位置に来わよ。隙だらけに。はっ。来なさい。集悪を断ち切る。せっ。しゃっ。ありがとう。
Of course, that forces you into a joint there.
この一撃はかなり痛いよ。ここが私のホームグラウンド。やっはっナイス。くらえ。せっと変化準備。位置私の番。はっ
Oh,
方向
I don't have a healer.
搭載武装ファイヤー重装うさぎ火力援護起動コンプレイトリープリペアード安全装置解除します反応検索一掃します私の番戦意制裁逃げられないよファイナル戦術終焉降臨
Ooh. Okay.
外れ位置についたわ兵は起動なり
Oh, dude, if I can switch off, I'm just gonna. I don't see any health pickups though.
必殺キアナのターンせい受けるがいいはっそろそろ本気を出すよアナイアレーション執行しますエリア警戒動的射撃しますコンプレイトリープリペアードエネルギー解放全エリア放火安全装置解除します私の番変化準備はっ百発百中せいふっ遅いフリーチャージキアナちゃん
Monsters like to recharge. But I won't need that.
この一撃はかなり痛いよはっ位置にはよありがとうせい方向アサルト火力維持搭載武装ファイヤー
What's she doing
コン
down
プレイト
there?
リープリペアード反応検索一掃します安全装置解除します
Should have brought in a healing elf. But I thought I was safe.
セイン制裁ここが私のホームグラウンドやファイナル戦や終焉降臨逃げられないよはっふっえいせいはっふっふっ心配しないですぐに終わるからえい受けるがいいせい一私の番ありがとうはっ
Okay, fine.
この一撃は嫌な
Not about a minute.
私たちのターン
方向アナイアレーション執行します。コアポレーションモデルベストタイミングです。コンプレートリープリペアード
No, no, this version of Rhino.
全エリア放火安全装置解除します。
私の番完全ロックオンアタックやっはっふっドンはっ一撃必殺そろそろ本気を出すよキアナのターン一撃はよ隙だらけふっキャッ逃がさないわ先陣一進
Oh,
ありがとう
got out of the whole cycle without getting her killed.
一見必勝ふっくらえせっフュリーチャージやっさあこんな簡単なクエストに私を呼びたくなかった
Alright, and this is Red Lotus too. That's why I should have brought in a healer. So, if I get enough points, I can get reward. What's this one? Physical. Bonus physical damage and lightning. Like they've got 3 bio. Stun. And nothing else. Whose advantage? He wants that. I could use a Bianca, but not that one. Does Susanna have a stun too? He has bleed.
空雲青い白い
I'm mastery, but not stun.
お出かけですか？
え？
待ってください。崩壊をこの世界から追い出します。
Mastery.
来ましたよ
Here, physical time mastery, gather, burst. What is stun? Can I search for that? Huh. So no one who I have at a high enough level, both gear and otherwise, has
あなた
stun.
と共にこの世の最悪に立ち向かうわ
Not even high of it. Well then, I'll just do something that's fun.
星たちの住む
Maybe I should bring in a healer, because I had that trouble earlier.
探検に
change that to this. What was the disadvantage, actually? Oh, it's only one of them that has the stun, though. Okay. Let's go for it this way. It's much more challenging in this mode.
どうしよう、ドキドキする。頑張ります。あなたに絵を描きたい。私の好きな色で。私が来ました。弱すぎ。
They've immediately got eye bleed.
新しいアイデアが。絵の中の世界。綺麗だから気に入ってほしい。
Confidence. That's what our meter is called.
音楽が鳴り止むまで。
Oh, that did almost nothing. Okay.
ありがとう、ナイトさん。
やはり私を頼る。はあ、廃墟の剣。
Let's try her ultimate. That's doing basically nothing. Oh, Stitch. Stitch. There we go.
全力で頑張ります。ちょっと逃げ準備できました。踊りましょう。音楽が鳴り止むまで。
It's a rhythm game.
高い。この絵の具ちゃんと受け取ってね。
But yet, that's why
殴れる
she
ものな
gets
ら
called
殴ってご
Yetta.
らん。
ありがとう、ナイトさん。手伝います。テンポを
Not making fast enough progress.
準備できました。準備はいいですか？リズムに合わせましょう。
One miss. It's the button.
高い。
私が来ました。弱すぎ。
Maybe I should be evading them. That's what the
新し
good
くありがとう、
says.
ナイトさん。絵の中の世界綺麗だから気に入ってほしい。
やはり私を頼るんですね。殴れるものなら殴ってごらん。
Yeah, that
私は
definitely
全
charged
て
me
を
a bit.
変えます。
But I wasn't paying attention to what it actually does. When did it go away? I think I still charge it though.
高い。いや、あなたに絵を描きたい。私の好きな色で。じゃじゃーん。や。
Probably messed up.
準備できました。こちらはちょっと逃げないで。踊りましょう。音楽が鳴り止むまで。はっやっせいはっ。ありがとう、ナイトさん。私が来ました。
I've already gone to the time based.
いや弱すぎ。はあ廃墟の剣。殴れるものなら殴ってごらん。いや
Come on.
全力で頑張ります。ごめんなさい。準備できました。踊りましょう。音楽が
Now
鳴
the
り止む
score
まで。
is moving. Push the button right to miss again.
この絵の具ちゃんと受け取ってね。はあ弱すぎ。殴れるものなら殴ってごらん。
Go ahead and
私は
charge it.
全てを変えます。手伝います。はっ
Not even close. You can try the other one. Ice resist fire vulnerability. Let's bring in a healer. And happens to use fire. Let's go.
「怖がらないで。私がいるから。
方向再指定完了。重装ウサギ永久配置。ふっやっやっ重装ウサギ火力援護起動。武装再構築手動操縦開始。コンプレイトリープリペアー
And use the black hole skill.
ド。安全装置解除します。エネルギ
Not
ー
for
解
the
放。
sea.
全エリア放火。
私の番。ふっ受けるがいい。せっ変化ティアナ出撃準備。ふっ逃げられないよ。ふっやっナイス。せっ一撃必殺。ティアナのターン。はっふっ
Can't do anything you're supposed to do.
位置が私の番。ふっ来なさい。兵は機動なり。スライ先陣一進。
You charge the black hole.
一見必勝。受けるがいい。はっ
方向アナイアレーション執行します。コアポレーションモデルベストタイミングです。コンプレイトリープリペアード。反応検索一掃します。安全装置解除します。
私の番。来て。ふっくらえ。火力全開。ファイヤー。
He just has a lot of steps.
1、2番よ。はっ逃がさないわ。隙だらけに。ふっ醜悪を断ち切る。
this. And then pulse.
キアナちゃん終焉降臨
方向コンタクト位置につきました。弱点確認。デフォルトモジュール起動。コンプレイトリープリペアード。エネルギー解放。全エリア放火。反応
Even the black hole doesn't
一
work.
掃します。エネルギー解放。全エリア放火。
私の番制御制裁はっ逃げられないよふっいやふっやえいふっせい一
I
見
got the healer.
一勝ふっくらえ
Okay, now I know.
とヒアナのターンふっ私の番はっ来なさい兵は起動なり先陣一新ありがとうせい百発百中心配し
Looks
ない
like
で
the black hole
すぐに終わるから
recharges. I'm doing all kinds of things all along.
ファイナル戦術やっさあふっかすり傷だよふっふっふっ完全ロックオンアタックせい油断したふっ遅い
方向アナイアレーション
Yeah,
執
I'm
行
not
します。
losing Kian.
搭
I
載武
need
装
to
ファイヤー。コンプレイトリー
solve
プ
for
リペア
that
ー
one, really. My healer is back up.
ド。エネルギー解放。全エリア放火。
私の番フック外れふっふっふっ外れ制御制裁はっふっえい一今よふっ逃がさないわ隙だらけねふっ醜悪を断ち切るありがとうせいややふっ一撃必殺やふっくらえふっふっはっはっここが私のホームグラウンドせい遅いはっえい私の番せいやっやっ
Oh, great. Surrounded.
兵は起動なり維持はっ来なさい先陣一新ありがとう
I think it would be a great time to use
逃げられないよ一見必勝ふっフリーチャージ
everything, basically.
キアナ
Just
ちゃん
use everything.
方向アサルト火力維持。弱点確認。デフォルトモジュール起動。コンプレイトリープリペアード。反応検索。一掃します。
私の番完全ロックそろそろ本気を出すよ百発百中
I'm so close, too.
ファイナル戦術
I'm at 5,000.
やっさあ心配しないですぐに終わるから出発キアナのターン
After the time factor passes every time.
はっふっふっせいふっや天下準備一今よはっ隙だらけにせいひゃ逃がさないわ醜悪を断ち切る
Well,
ありがとう
so close.
この一撃はキアナ出撃準備フリーチャージ
Should push it.
せいはっ
Yep, that's 6,000.
人
Barely.
類の灯火はあんたの手にもある
And I'm only at 2 or 3. And in 4th place. Oh, this thing. This thing is a huge pain in the butt. Pretty sure I won't be able to defeat it, but I can try.
方向再指定完了。この戦いは集中する必要があります。搭載武装ファイヤー。はっ、武装再構築、手動操縦開始。コンプレイトリープリペアード。反応検索一掃します。安全装置解除します。
私の番。ふっふっくらえ。火力全開ファイヤー。ふっ右穴出撃準備。ふっえい1、2番よ。ふっふっ隙だらけね。失礼。ふっ逃がさないわ。美人醜悪を断ち切る。
Nice.
ありがとう。百発百中一撃必殺。ファイナル戦術。
First, this would just be the first stage. Second, I think that's the pain in the butt.
受けるがいい。
方向コンタクト位置につきました。いや、エリア警戒、動的射撃します。せっふっふっせっはっふっいやふっふっえいせっはっいやだ重装ウサギ火力援護起動ふっいやはっとだせっはっいやはっふっふっいやえいいや搭載武装ファイヤー弱点確認デフォルトモジュール起動ふっえいいやコンプレイトリープリペアードエネルギー解放全エリア放火安全装置解除します。
私の番。転換準備。ここが私のホームグラウンド。逃げられないよ。はっ
I did as much as I could when I was in the absolute time
そろそ
crunch.
ろ本気を出すよ。フュリーチャージ。一私の番。来なさい。兵は起動なり。
They right through it.
隙だらけね。失礼。ありがとう。
How did I end up there? There.
百発百中一見必勝。受けるがいい。
方向アサルト火力維持はっコンプレイトリープリペアード反応検索一掃します。安全装置解除します。
私の番。来て。いや
What was that?
火力全開。 ファイヤーせっ逃げられないよ。はっはっ
Look at my score though. It looks like it should be almost done.
百発百中。この一撃はティアナ出撃準備。ふっくらえファイナル戦術。やっ終焉降臨。えいはっふっやっ
方向アナイアレーション執行します。エリア警戒動的射撃します。コアポレーションモデルベストタイミングです。コンプレイトリープリペアード。
Oh, right, the top score isn't necessarily 600 on that.
ブローニャは
It most depends upon clearing time. Did get enough for the rewards. I was happy for crystals. And that brought me up to 3, although look at the gap between my score and the first person score. I'll go back to that later when I go over it. Few days left for this. Oh, could probably start it a little. But so this is the story, and they're all divided into chapters. So this was the first one. They do a lot of current ones. So all those, they were pretty recent. Or much more. But this is the current one. It starts a new story. And I've done this stuff on the side because I still wanted to share the story. So then, yeah. Let's at least try to get to 36.5 if I can, before I need to call it a night. Fewer no deaths, defeat at least 6, and cost 10 stamina. I'm pretty sure I have it. And we're using Civic. And there's no option to use my own. But she has her best weapon, and it's pre-arm. Her Stigmata, also I believe her best. Let's go. And of course, her gameplay is going to be feeling very, very different from the way it is in HSL. Cutscene to start us up. Motorist.
どうでしょうか。特に問題はないですよね。多分。大丈夫だよ。ただこのスピードに慣れるにはもう少し時間がかかるかな。
It's not exactly
無理
Project
はし
Plan.
ないでくださいね。何しろ演習とかじゃありませんし。なるべくうまくやってみる。ナビゲーションはよろしくね。はい、任せてください。このスーサナ隅々まで完璧にこなして。あれ、
SUSANNAH comes.
この赤い点はいつの間に？
I can
直
shoot.
ちに迎撃の準備をしてください。
Or rather, it's shooting automatically. I guess I should zig and zag so it makes it harder for them to hit me.
やっぱりこのトンネルは封鎖されてるね。
はい、調査の結果とも一致してます。長空市はどうやら連中の支配下にあるようですね。
でも状況から見る限り彼らが相手なら高速で機動的に対応できるこっちは有利だと思う。
そうですね。私も人一倍注意を払います。敵の信号は絶対に見逃しません。
さっきのことは気にしないで。結果から見ればロスとかは全然なかったし。
あ、少し待ってください。敵の増援を確認しました。あれ、この反応は。
Oops.
気をつけてください。大型がこちらに向かっています。
That sounds good.
もしかしたら振り切ることもできるかもしれません。しかしトンネルの中では。
大丈夫、私が何とかするから。
でも
The comm sailors.
敵を振り切ったら長空市の合流ポイントに向かうね。
Fine. Oh, boost.
追跡されないように通信も一旦切っておくから。それじゃ後で会おうね。
Nice driving, Sid. Exercising for HSR? Little bit of practice with being a badass.
お疲れ様、重曹ウサギ。
A different version of Project Bunny? I still want an explanation. Project Bunny is Bronyev's. Still, it was Seele who gave Bronyev rebuild.
やっと長空市に着いた。ここは荒れたままだね。まずはパートナーと交流しないと。確かこの近くにいるはず。
This way, or is it going to block me? Oh, flooded, I see. What is this point? I think that was supposed to make me jump. Ah, there we go.
あれは。
前、左、右、後ろ。すべて確認完了。周りに危険目標なし。いつでも合流可能です。どうぞ。
こんにちは、スーサナさん。
Sometimes take things seriously, you know, odd way. She's a good girl.
環境に溶け込むの。息を殺して。
スーサナさん。
あれ。うわー。どうやって私を見つけたんですか？
Kinda the only one here.
もしかして うまく隠れてたつもりだったの？はあ、こんなにもあっさりと変装を見抜かれるなんて。
Again, you're one of the only people here.
バルキリーなのに私の実戦経験にはやはり問題があるみたいですね。
I wasn't combat.
スーサナさん、少し張り詰めすぎだと思うよ。
And Celia needs to be the calm one.
だって普段のスーサナさんは今日みたいにはならないし、それにみんなもとっくにスーサナさんのことを経験豊富なバルキリーだって思ってる。
ゼーレさんの方がよっぽど経験豊富ですよ。オットー司教との戦い、月での活躍、あなたはいつも命を懸けて最前線で戦ってます。
でも事前準備の時にもうこの話をしたよね。
はい、今度の任務では対等の仲間として動くでしたよね。わかりました。そうですね、私だって長い間天命で働いてきましたし、昇進だってしました。
Yes, have
私
confidence.
頑張っ。
この様子だと任務を続けながら彼女の緊張をほぐす必要があるみたい。それじゃあ善は急げって言うし、スーサナさん今すぐ行動を開始しよう。
はい、私についてきてください。
Oh, that's right. We don't
こ
even
の
know
先
what
に
the
隠れ
machine
家を
is.
用意してありますので、そこで本部と連絡を取りましょう。でも警戒は怠らないでください。町には無謀者の手先もいますから、彼らはいつ現れるか分
What's
かりません。
incognito?
まさに今みたいに。
Why are all her slashes red? I'll show her. Leone is here. And then this.
私たちの約束のために。
私一人だったらかなり苦戦してたはず。さすがはゼーレさん。
Looks like that was damaged, whatever it was.
あ、ゼーレさん、隠れ家に入る前に一つ問題を解決する必要があります。
それは隠密通信に使われる発信装置？
その通りです。これを使って隠れ家で隠密通信を行っていたんですが、ついこの間無謀者のあいつら本当にひどいんですよ。修理するたびに邪魔しに来るんです。ほら今みたいに。
Oh, we can do something about the ones that are here.
修理に専念して。他のことは私が片付けるから。
Why does that look like a different safe? Mounted what?
力を受け入れなさい。
That was automatic. I didn't do that. Maybe it needs her to be in.
終わりました。こんなに効率的に終わらせられたのもゼーレさんがいてくれたおかげです。では隠れ家に入りましょう。まずはこっちです。あ、ドアのところにある三重トラップにも気をつけてください。どう避けるかは私が説明します。
うん、わかった。
じゃじゃーん。なんだかすっごく雰囲気がありますよね。
This is... They just reused the place with the typewriter.
名探偵ゼーレと助手のスーサナはこれから真犯人を暴く。
That's good. That means, well, we're playing
確
detective
か
in a
に
room like this
ここ
again.
はすごく見つけにくそうだね。
近くの臨時交番が貸してくれたんです。彼らは店名が調査に協力すると聞いて、最も安全な場所を探してくれました。
でもこの豪華な内装は多分スーサナさんが用意したものじゃないかな。どうやら彼らも切羽詰まってるみたいだね。一旦本部と連絡を取ってみよう。
They're both good eggs.
あれこれは明かりか何かで見間違えたのかな。
I don't know about that. Susanna walked over to the desk and opened the terminal there. Entering a series of clearance keys, a communication screen appeared, and with a rather impatient voice.
それで今度はどんなアクシデントに遭遇したの？ドジっ子のスーサナ。
じゃなくて、
And gave up, sir.
今回は何もやらかしてません。これは定期連絡です。
こんにちは、テスラ博士。ゼーレ、もう長空市に着いたの？私とボサ頭が予想していた時間よりも早いなんて。どうやら重装ウサギを使った突入作戦は順調だったよね。はい、乗り物に変形した重装ウサギの性能はすごくて、おかげで無謀者の封鎖を突破できました。
戦闘記録を確認したけど、まさか無謀者が RPG シリーズの攻撃ヘリまで手に入れていたとはね。
所詮は不法侵入の賊どもよ。あんな大型攻撃ヘリを狭いトンネルに配置するだなんて。
しかしあれを対処するのに重装ウサギもかなりのエネルギーを使っている。
はい、トンネルを抜けてから重装ウサギはスリーブモードに入って変形できなくなっています。
Oh, no wonder it couldn't go to robot mode.
それも今回の作戦における最大のリスクだ。重装ウサギの元所有者である以上、大半の機能は使えるがエネルギーの補給は行えない。何しろずっと重装
We
ウ
could
サ
have
ギ
some
は
explanation.
今の所有者と戦い続け進化を遂げているからね。エネルギーシステムも今の所有者と共生関係を築いているんだろう。
そうみたいですね。
あれ？じゃあ今の所有者であるブローニャさんに返さない限り、重装ウサギはエネルギーを補給できないってことですよね。ならこの先の作戦には。
もちろん使えないわ。もともと再使用はできないから、そう深く考えても意味がないの。
はい、もちろん覚えてます。でもそんなに厳しい制限があるなら、本部はどうして作戦部隊にブローニャさんを加えないんですか？
Good question. What's she busy with?
ブローニャお姉ちゃんは今すごく重要な任務についていて、一緒に行動できないの。
すごく重要な任務。
The chief professor's expressions became quizzical.
さすがはブローニャさん、きっとこちらよりもずっと大事な任務なんでしょうね。ということはゼーレさんも詳細を知らないんですか？
それは聞いてみたんだけど話してくれなくて、ただ自信に満ちた顔で楽しみにしててくださいって言ってたの。それと業界の常識を覆す新発想とか未曾有のマスターピースとか話してた気がする。早口で喋ってたから全部は聞き取れなかったんだ。
そのことについては心当たりがあるんだ。
本当に？博士、ブローニャお姉ちゃんは一体何をしているんですか？
その前にまずは天命の組織再編の件から話そう。
はい、アルビトルたちから聞きました。確か天命とネゲントロピーの二大組織を統合。
その通り。ネゲントロピーはもともと天命から独立した組織だ。しかし
Castace is
今
in
の
charge.
ネゲン、つまり独立している意味がなくなったんだ。テスラ博士も長光研究所の連中に武器の作り方をた
あの放任主義の責任者が悪いのよ。ずっと。ということはブローニャお姉ちゃんは組織の統合を手伝ってるんですか？テレサ学園長たちと一緒に？そうでもないの。彼女は 統合が決まった後に発生したもう一つの問題に関わってるのよ。
By the way, Tesla is Welt's wife. Just in case you were wondering.
簡単に言えば、誰が新組織の最高責任者を務めるかについて。
天命とネゲントロピーを統合する場合、天命の司教あるいはネゲントロピーの命使が最高責任者を務めるはずですよね。
確か以前はベルトさんが二大組織の臨時名手を務めていました。
その通りだ。テレサさんとベルト、どちらが新組織の最高責任者を務めるべきか。
And this is
それ
before
は
Welt
実際
crossed
の
the
功
road.
績に基づ
ベルトのやつ、引退してアニメを作るとか急に言い出してきたのよ。アニメ？
わかりますわかります。小さい頃に魔剣新規のアニメを見たことがあります。
確かに
He wasn't
資
kidding.
金集めのためにネゲントロピーはあの業界に関わったことがある。でも今回ヨアヒムは本格的にアニメ制作を始めるようだ。しかもネゲントロピーの内部通信ツールにある役職名を。
ベルトさん、恐ろしいほどの行動力ですね。
ほら、褒めてる場合じゃないでしょ。すいません。もしかしてブローニャお姉ちゃんは。
どうやら気づいたようだね。ブローニャはずっとゲーム作りに興味を持っていた。ネゲントロピー傘下のアニメ会社もちょうどゲーム業界に進出しようとしている。
And they did make Raisin Studios. That's Welt in a bit more of a casual outfit and running in a suit with her hair done. Nice.
つまり君の考え通りにブローニャはヨアヒムのところで開発系エンジニアとして実習をこなしているんだ。
なるほど。楽しみにしててくださいってゲームのことだったんですね。ブローニャお姉ちゃんらしいと思います。
ちょっと待ってください。ベルトさんが放棄するってことは、つまり。
She's imagining Teresa just like Otto. He does not fit that image.
ええ、テレサが新組織の最高責任者、つまり新たな天命の主教。
テレサ主教はいつも穏やかで、2つの組織のトップとなるとプレッシャーと仕事に押しつぶされて自暴自棄になったりして、もし怪物と戦う者は自分自身も怪物になる。
スーサナさん、大丈夫？
はい。
天井を見上げながら何分もぼーっとしてたけど。
大丈夫です。テレサ主教が悪役になるとか
口に出してるよ。
話がずれてきたようだ。約2週間前、長空市に駐在している偵察者がある事件を報告してきた。その後2週間にもわたってあちこちで似た事件が発生している。工場以外にもオフィスビル、最初の襲撃事件が起こってから1週間ほど経った後、現場に残したチラシとネットを使った声明によると、無謀者は数百名のメンバーで構成されていて、最先端の機構と兵器を所有している。襲撃と封鎖を行う理由については、
長空市は未だに廃墟のままだし、臨時で治安を維持している人員だけじゃその規模の組織には対抗。事前調査を担当するスーサナと主戦力のゼーレ、あんたたちの任務は無謀者のターゲット、構成メンバー、それとアジトを突き止めることよ。場合によっては直接排除も厭わない。とにかく任務は大体こんな感じよ。念のため。
問題ありません。
はい。
では自分のペースで市内の調査を進めてくれ。僕とテスラ博士も相談役として支援するよ。それと
So when Susanna's communication device sounded off as they received the
こ
message.
っちも適任のガイド役を用意しておいたわ。まずは彼女と合流して。この町に関して彼女の右に出る者はいないわ。
I can only think of Kiana and May. But Kiana's in the moon. at the end of the first phase, maybe? After ending the communication with
こ
the
こは
ゼーレさんも不思議に思いましたか？話によると、ここは長空市が破壊された後に住人たちが自ら作った臨時住宅区域だそうです。この構造と形状から地元の人たちはこう呼んでるんです。
巣だよ。あなたは確か。こんにちは、ゼーレお姉ちゃん。それと、スーサナお姉ちゃんだよね。
She's looking better than last time. Can I see what it said before? That was much too
クー
fast.
ちゃん、どうしてここに？
ちょっと待ってください、ゼーレさん。彼女はどうして私の名前を知ってるんですか？
そういえばそうだね。
Ah,
つまり、クーちゃんがテスラ博士が言ってたガイドなの？うん、そうだよ。ゼーレお姉ちゃんと会うのも半年ぶりかな。今度は私がお姉ちゃんを助ける番だね。そうなんだ。ありがとね、クーちゃん。
ゼーレさん、この子は一体？
あ、ごめんね、スーサナさん。紹介するのを忘れてた。
so I briefly explained her acquaintance with Sarah to Susanna.
つまり、成婚計画が始まった時に好きで知り合ったんですか？地球以外の場所で出会うなんて、なんだかとても不思議ですね。でも、クーちゃんが案内役である以上、ここで何か特別なことを経験してるわけですよね。
She's been here for years.
うん。昔は先生に引き取られた子供たちと長空市で暮らしてたんだ。
In fact, they were taken in by Raven.
つまり
Or Natasha.
この臨時住宅区域で生活してたの。先生はここを巣と呼んでたから。クーちゃんは家計を支えるためにこの辺りでクズ拾いをしてたんだって。だからこの一帯の建物や隠し通路とかに詳しいの。すご
I
いよね。
guess you can smile about it now, but then it was really hard.
ゼーレお姉ちゃん、そんなにすごくはないよ。それにライルの話は信じすぎちゃダメ。でも
Yeah, that other
確か
chapter
にここについて
reintroduced
詳
us
し
to
いか
Lyle
な。
Pelodi.
だって故
Who,
郷
of
だもん。
course, as I pointed out, is in Afro chapter 2.
よかった。この町って東西南北どの方向も同じように見える上に人気がなくて道を聞くにしてもとても不便でしたから。あれ、どうしたんですか、ゼーレさん。
少し気になるところがあって、報告によると無謀者は長空市で何度も襲撃事件を起こし、つまり無謀者は派手に動く暴力組織のはず。でもどうしてこの町はこんなに静かなんだろう。
そういえば確かにおかしいですね。無謀者に数百人ものメンバーが
実はそうでもないの、ゼーレお姉ちゃん。無謀者は強大な力を持ってるって言ったけど、普段は派手な行動を起こさないの。噂によれば、だから今でも彼らの正体を目撃した人はいないの。
It certainly makes tracking them harder.
無謀者って呼ばれてる理由が分かりました。
そうなんだ。となるとみんなもなおさら街を歩けなくなるよね。目に見える脅威よりも影に潜むボートの方が怖いもの。
そうなると潜入捜査の際にもすでに連中とすれ違ってたかもしれません。でも手を出してこなかったということは私の変装はうまくいってたんですね。でも長空市の復旧作業はかなり遅れてるから、住人はもともと少ないの。大崩壊が終わったばかりの頃はたくさんの人たちが集まってきたんだけどね。故郷を再建したい人や、でも時が経つにつれてここに残る人たちはだんだん他の場所の方がチャンスが。そうかもしれない。何しろ長空市は長い間廃れたままだから。それに長空市で崩壊が発生したのはかなり前のことだから、みんなは
もうボロボロな街。でも前向きに考えれば、ここで崩壊が発生することはもうないってことだよね。今の天命は手が回らない状態だけど、それにこういう時にみんなを導くこと。
ゼーレさんの言う通りです。私も頑張ります。
ゼーレお姉ちゃん、スーサナお姉ちゃん、ありがとう。今でもここが自分たちの街だと思って残ってくれてる人たちがいる。だから、スーサナさん、
ゼーレさん、この子、この子はなんていい子なんでしょう。
Now left to her side and give her a tight hug.
スーサナお姉ちゃん。
And put an arm around Sarah, raised the fist in the air, and started rambling excitedly.
このスーサナ、バルキリーとしてクーちゃんと一緒に無謀者たちを必ず一網打尽にしてみせます。
でも私バルキリーじゃないよ。
そんなことは全然関係ありません。さあ、今から無謀者たちが出現した場所を調査しましょう。やつ。
そういえば確か昨べはこの辺りに現れたんだって。
それじゃあよろしくお願いしますね、ガイドさん。
Just don't get into any fights. Want to see. Is it 36-3 now? We did 2.
やっぱり無謀者の機構があります。このままやっつけましょうか。
待って、ここで戦ったら近くの臨時住宅に影響が出ちゃう。ゼーレお姉ちゃん、敵をここまで引き寄せよう。あいつらに対処するいい方法があるの。
Come on, Susanna. Oh, I can actually switch. Over here. I got the same problem with Scylla over here. Let's try cutting them over. Come on. This way. Come on. This way. Kind of working. This way. Come on. I guess it worked out okay.
確か昨べ無謀者が現れたのはここだよ。この場所住宅区域だよね。詳しいことは私にもわからない。ここで無謀者のメンバーを目撃したっていう噂し。
それなら私も聞き。
I fished out a notebook, flipped to the last page, and began to read it over.
間違いありません。長空市臨時交番は昨夜の23時54分に市民から通報を受けました。通報した市民もこの辺りに住んでいます。
なるほど。それならまずは住人たちから状況を聞いてみよう。
We can ask all over the place. Start over here.
おや、見知らぬ顔じゃのう。あんたたちは引っ越してきたばかりなのか？
ありがとうおじいちゃん。でも今は遠慮しておきますね。無謀者です。聞いたことはありますか？
さて何のことかのう。ここ数年間世の中が変わりすぎて。
そうなんですね。
怪しい？そりゃいっぱいおるぞ。向かいに住んどる米屋のじいさん、それに北側の倉庫に住んでおるじいさんなんぞ。一日中家に引きこもっておる。あっても全然挨拶。そういえば最近町の中ではコートを着た女子が噂になっとるぞ。かなり怪しいようで。
やった、それは重要な手がかりです。 彼女の姿を具体的に話してくれませんか？あれ、ゼーレさん、どうして私を引っ張るんですか？
Jesus.
おじいちゃん、ご協力ありがとうございます。話してくれた手がかりはちゃんと記録しておきます。
そういたしまして。若造はみんな仕事で大変じゃからの。
Next, we'll check over here.
なんだよ、あんたたち。
こんにちは。私たちは天命の調査部隊の者。
天命？は
違います。私たちは。
信じるもんか。天命が薬局は全部襲われたし、家も荒らされる。こんなクソみたいな場所の
襲われる？あなたは襲撃の被害者なんですか？待ってください。私たちは本当に天命のバルキリーなんです。
それがどうした？もうどうでもいいんだよ。俺はな、もう。
That's not very nice. Neither is the situation, though.
ごめんください。誰かいますか？
何なの？あなた。
私たちは天命の特殊調査部隊に所属しているものです。無謀者関連の事件を調査しに来ました。
天命？ああ、世界でも有名なあの。
まだそこまで作業できてはいませんが、人員を捻出して関連作業。
その件を知ってるなら早くどうにかして。どこから来たのかもわからない連中のせいで。
そのことならすでに解決しています。それと他の違法行為も徹底的に。
よかったわ。もう解決してるのね。そうだわ。天命が書くと。
その件についてはなるべく早めに手を回します。もうしばらくお待ちください。それで昨夜の件についてですが、怪しい人や。
夜？最近は物騒だし出かけ。
そうですか。いえ、大丈夫です。ご協力感謝します。なんだ
So we
か
got no leads.
手がかりが見つからないね。
おかしいですね。通報者はこの辺りにいるはずなんですけど。あそこにまだ調査していない家があります。ゼレ。
あれ、ゼーレお姉ちゃんは何を書いてるの？ごめんなさい。さっき聞いた情報を書き残してたから少し集中しちゃった。さっき？役に立つ情報なんて。必要なのは無謀者関連の情報だけじゃないよ。ここの住人たちに渡す物資の調達。その問題は現地のスタッフが見逃してたりミスをしてたところなの。今回の任務とは関係が。
That's right.
これはもともと私たちの仕事だから。スーサナさんも似たようなことを何度もしているし。
ゼーレさんほど器用じゃありませんけど。
そういった長期的なお仕事も大事だけど、今。それじゃ最後の一件を尋ねてみよう。
Thank you for the follow, Auto underscore apocalypse. I hope you're not so tricksy as the real Otto.
ごめんください。誰かいますか？
Also, welcome to the stream.
こんにちは。お姉ちゃんたちは誰に用があるの？こんにちは。家に大人の人はいるかな？お父さんは仕事に行ってるよ。
じゃあお母さんはどこにいるの？
ここに住んでるのは私とお父さんだけ。
ごめんなさい。
別に謝ることでもないよ。ねえ、
どうしてそう思うんですか？
私ずっとお姉ちゃんたちのことを待ってたの。通報したらおまわりさんが情報収集に来るって本に書いて。もしかして昨べ臨時交番に電話をした。私だよ。そうなんだね。私たちはおまわりさんじゃないけど。店名なら知ってるよ。世界の平和を守る人たちなんだよね。そうかもしれないね。だから今は長空市の平和を守るために一人。それじゃあ早速昨べ見たことを教えてくれるかな？もちろん。この時のために。昨日の夜、私はいつものように。お父さんは建材工場で働いてるの。 悪い人たちが街のいろんな場所に出没しても、夜の11時くらいになるとすごく眠くなるから。
わかります。私も。
でも、昨日の夜はちょっと違ったの。窓から外を見たらマント姿の人たちがいたの。その人たちはトラックから飛び降りるとこっそりと街の奥にある、それから倉庫のドアの前まで行ったのにノックもしないし鍵も。あれがお父さんが言ってた悪い人だって思っておまわりさんに電話しても、おまわりさんは全然私の話を信じてくれなくて。通報者が子供だからって少し油断しすぎだね。
Not another family. That listed was on. Taken care of.
そんなのダメですよ。頼りないにも程があります。
その後はどうなったの？あとはおまわりさんが来る前にその人たちはここから立ち去っちゃった。目が覚めた時にはもう朝だった。すぐに捕まえるから。本当に？もちろんだよ。ほら、私たちもこうして調べてるし。この子は無謀者たちの目撃者だから、聞き方次第では。
At the warehouse.
その人たちは町の奥の倉庫に行ったんだよね。そこには普段私もよくわからない。誰とも話さないから何をしてるのかはみんなも知らないんだ。迎えに
That's
そういえ
compared
ば
with what we know.
おじいちゃんが倉庫。
おまわりさんのお姉ちゃん、他にこの子は無謀者たちの目撃者だ。
But the noise that
あ
we
な
get.
たを起こしたブーンブーンって音だけど
Boom, boom.
何の音かよくわからない。ただ時々同じ音がするんだ。そう大きくないけど、いつもはその音がすると隣にいる先好きのおじさんが怒鳴り始めるんだけど、昨日の夜は全然静かだったよ。前にも似たような音を聞いた。そういえばお父さんの工場へ見学しに行った時に、お父さんには聞こえない音？そうだ、クーちゃん、マークトは連れてきてる？マークト？いつもマークトを見せてくれない？
Okay, that's the way Celia would ask, so it took out Mark II as she was
あ、
up.
そうそう、この音と似てる。もしかしてマークト？そうとは限らないよ。多分機械が動作している時に部品が出す振動音だと思う。アインシュタイン博士、
あ、思い出しました。小さい頃、
周波数の高い音は聞こえづらいから、大半の大人はこの音を認識できない。でも子供はこういう音に、マークトの一部には実用性の高い旧式の部品も使う。
Don't know what
で
machine.
も無謀者が使った機器から。おまわりさんのお姉ちゃん、この子は無謀者たち、
But the people
マ
in
ン
the
ト姿の人たちだけど、
怖い？
マント姿の人たちがドアに穴を開けた後、リードアップ、その人はちょうどトラックのバックミラーの下にいて、そこに映ってたから顔を見ることができても、マントの下には顔がなかったの。
Oh, mask.
顔がなかった。真っ黒で顔が全然見えなかったの。それで他には何もないよ。ちらっと見た瞬間にそれって、それはないと思う。だって鏡を壊した後全然振り向かなかったもん。
ますます不気味に聞こえますけど、もし
また 緊張しないで、スーサナさん。きっと何らかの理由があるはず。でもおまわりさんのお姉ちゃん、この子は無謀者たちの
Warehouse, the noise, people in the cloaks. No
十
other
分
question.
に情報を入手できたよ。協力してくれてありがとう。無謀者が起こした事件は必ず解決するって約束するね。おまわりさんのね。
He waved goodbye to the girl.
ようやく事件に関する情報。
ゼーレお姉ちゃん、さっきでも確信が持てないの。さっき聞いた話の中に、とにかく次は北側の現場を調べてみよう。この道の端って話だったよね。
It's already so late, I want to end as soon as I can. Are you going to park for now?
Ah, ありました。大きな倉庫ですね。
それにドアに穴が開いてる。そうだね。でも、ここは礼儀正しくドアをノックしよう。ごめんください。
No response, and then silence filled the warehouse.
お邪魔します。
Taylor suddenly sensed danger and immediately reached out and pushed the door open.
鍵はかかっていなかった。
Sight wasn't out of the ordinary, but still enough to make them feel uneasy. Got boxers, overturned furniture, locks broken forcefully. It was easy to tell the place had been robbed recently. No one was there now.
倉庫の所有者はいないようですね。
ゼーレお姉ちゃん、どうする？入り口で戻ってくるのを待つ？中に入って調べてみよう。
そうですね。ここの所有者も不測の事態に出くわした可能性がありますし、早く見つけてあげなければ。
Susanna rushed to break into the warehouse. She tripped over something and landed with a
スー
thud.
サナさん、大丈夫？
大丈夫です。ただ足を踏み外しただけですから。
ここにも階段があるね。足場もないくらい散らかってる。ゼーレお姉ちゃんも気をつけて。スーサナお姉ちゃん、証拠品に触れたりしてないよ
Rather
ね。
than being concerned whether she hurt herself.
クーちゃんが心配してるのは私じゃなくて、大丈夫です。こう見えてもいつも転んでますから、倒れ方をだんだんコントロールできるようになってきました。だから物を押しつぶしたりは。あれ、これは一体。赤いボール？
Looks kind of like one of Ray Serpent's lines.
完全なパーツには見えないね。何かが壊された後に取れちゃったものみたい。
Does it still have power? There's its wires, it's cut.
クーちゃん、どうして私を見つめるんですか？
そうだよ。スーサナさんが部品を壊したのならパキって音がするはず。だから多分もともと倉庫にあったものなんじゃないか。でもこれは一体何に使う？まだわからないけど、一旦証拠品として保管しておこう。
Taylor bent down and picked up the ball and then continued exploring.
あの時倉庫の中で何かが起きてたはず。スーサナさん、クーちゃん、早速周りを調査してみよう。
Let's see if I can break here. It's 36-4. So I will break here and be back later. It being so late. And I haven't done my HSR dealings yet. I already did all these. We got chapter rewards. Okay. Get back to the main screen. Well, I know I didn't get to much of the story today. Hopefully I can do more tomorrow. We got another shift in the middle of the day. But otherwise I should try to finish up before the event ends. But explaining stuff took longer than I thought it would. Don't think this will reset yet. So I can pick it up another time. Like tomorrow.
今日のことは今日やる。そうしたら先延ばしが癖にならないよ。
Increase affection with them, although it was for some
これ以
other
上休まずにいたら
purpose before,
怒るよ。
especially in
本気だから。
the Chinese server and especially on mobile.
外で散歩して気分転換してみない？付き合うよ。
It looks like a fish.
この完璧じゃない物語は今
There you go.
あんたの
So I do
望み
hope
通
you
りになってる
enjoyed
か
the
な？
stream. Hello, Happy. Welcome to the stream. Unfortunately, I am finishing for the day since it's so late. I'll continue sometime tomorrow, hopefully. What's up? What's up? Just finishing stream so that I can do my HSR dailies and then go to bed. Yeah. Anything good with you? Well, I am going to end stream. Hopefully, things are good. I do hope that everyone enjoyed. If you want, you can check out my YouTube channel where I have other videos and streams. Yeah, this game here, yeah. I wouldn't normally be online this late. I wanted to at least get started on the current story event here in HI3. And I also wanted to see if I could bring some interest over to the game from Honkai Star Rail. That's why I did this stream now. But I'll continue on tomorrow. So if you want to check out more, you can check out my YouTube. Like, comment below what you thought, subscribe, and ring the bell, all the YouTube stuff. You can also check out my Twitch. I'd greatly appreciate if you drop me a follow for alerts and such. Still trying to grow my channels, of course. And that would also help.
ねえ、何か内緒話でもあるの？いいよ、ちゃんと聞くから。
Well, see you perhaps tomorrow, or I guess that would be later today. It's 1 in the morning for me. Happy. So, see you later. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, all that stuff. But remember to always be... What's my original retro anime? So thank you all for watching. Until the next stream, video, or whatever, please do stay safe, stay healthy, and remember to be excellent to one another. That's the one. Bye-bye.